Hey everyone, what's up? Today we still continuing off the Christopher Lee Dracula series from the Hammer line, and this is Christopher Lee as Dracula, by the way, and this is Dracula Prince of Darkness. Let me show you the DVD. My version of this movie came from the Hammer, the 5-set Hammer collection, not the box set version, the 5-set, but it does contain that movie, and that's what I cared about the most. After this one, I'll be working on the 4th film pack of the Christopher Lee Dracula movie, which anyone could get now from Amazon or whatever. So, I'm excited. I think I saw a little documentary on this one. I think Christopher Lee was kind of disappointed to be like the Dracula in this version of the movie, only because the writers gave him these lines, and Christopher Lee he didn't like the lines in the movie. So what happened was they decided, okay, you know what, we'll keep you quiet, they keep you silent. So don't get the wrong, Christopher Lee as Dracula is in this movie, but he ain't gonna say not even one word in this fucking movie, not one word. But don't fear yet. Let me just say something about this movie. The Dracula Prince of Darkness, I think it's still enjoyable to watch. It's still really good, and I'm gonna tell you why. Christopher Lee with no lines in this movie alone. What I know of, this is the only movie I ever heard of Christopher Lee did not say one word. But his Dracula body motion, his language was really good. But you know what? Also, the actors and actresses in this movie did a very, very great job in this movie. The acting was really good, to me, my opinion. And I would say really good in all the... Like, I enjoy all the Hammer Dracula movies, right, with Christopher Lee. But I think this one, in my opinion, was the best acted one. Surprisingly, you would not think I would say that, but it is. And you know, story simple. You got these 4 couples, right? They're like travelers pretty much, and later on, you know, they ride out to go to travel to another part of land. Their carriage kind of got robbed by this guy, and then later on they found this carriage, and they took them into this castle, right? And before they ever hit that castle, when it was at the bar scene at the beginning of the movie, there was this monk that comes in, and the monk is really cool. I love the monk in this movie. He was like cool for some reason, and his acting was also good. And the monk told him about this castle, stay away from the castle. But besides that, you know how these movies always go through. These couples end up going to the castle anyway, and they realized that there was nobody in the castle, right? So one of the couple went up the stairs, and the luggage that was like stolen by the carriage, they found these luggage all over in their room pretty much, and they'd be like wondering how they got there. The 2 ladies that was down in the castle, so this mysterious stranger comes in. It was the butler, and the woman starts screaming. You know, when she saw the scary butler. The butler prepared them like, you know, pretty much food, and you know, let them stay the night, and he told them about. And one of the guests want to know what happened, like who owns the castle, or like who's the host pretty much. And the butler mentioned during the dinner time that his master was dead, you know, and he explained that he's dead, but he gave him instructions to still host for people that come by the castle. But still, just that alone would tell you like what the fuck is going on here. But anyway, the couple is spending at the castle. Well, these other 2 couples like in a small cabin. Like I didn't even notice that until late. I was like, what the fuck is this? Did I miss something just now? You know? But anyway, the 2 couples that was in the castle, the husband like kind of got up. He went down the basement. He got killed by the butler, and then pretty much the butler like cut the neck of the one of the couple, and the blood went down in the coffin with the ashes of Dracula, and that's how Dracula came back to life. And then the butler got the guy's wife to come down to the basement, and of course Dracula appears and ate her, suck her blood, and then later she becomes a vampire. Now the actress that was the female vampire, yo, she was really good, man. I like her acting, like how she was like just, you know, that with vampire teeth. It was like classic vampire bride moment. Gotta love it. But anyway, yeah, that's when the other 2 couples from the cabin went in to the castle. Later on, the female went to the castle because the butler kind of tricked her to go in the castle. And, you know, the female vampire bride was about to attack the female. And that's when she does, like, the reaction when Dracula caught her, like, you know, the reaction. And then, because Dracula wanted to bite her for himself, the man comes down, the woman's man, stopped Dracula and stopped the female vampire, and they ran out the castle. They stumbled upon the monk. The monk took them in. The 2 vampire Dracula and the vampire bride and the butler end up staying right in front of the monastery, and Dracula ended up controlling somebody in the monastery, like a professor, to let them in. So you got the vampires in the monastery now, because the Dracula wants to get the woman. He failed at first to get the woman, and then the second attempt, they was still inside the fucking monastery, and then that's when the professor helped tell the woman to go inside this room. Dracula was about to bite her, and then Dracula heard the noise. He took the woman, and then took her to the carriage, and then running off. To fast forward the story, the monk and the woman's boyfriend. I think no, yeah, the woman's husband. I think it was. I think they were also married, if I'm corrected. Well, let's say her man. So the man of the woman and the monk decided to ride off their horses, follow the carriage where Dracula's gonna take the woman to his castle, and then I love how Dracula died in this one too. Um, anyway, the carriage stumbled a little bit. Dracula's coffin slide down a little cliff like into the ice, like a little mini hill like in front of the castle, and then slid down to the ice as the coffin slide, and then the monk opened the second coffin. The woman was alive, like she didn't got bit by the neck or nothing. Even though the woman was bit from inside the monastery, we see the female vampire actually bit the woman on the wrist, but the monk was able to stop it by burning the hand, you know. But that was before this scene. But later, fast forward again, the coffin slid down the ice, then on the ice as the guy find Dracula on the ice. The woman was telling the monk why did she use the gun, you know, and so the woman took the gun from the monk, you know, because the monk can't use the gun because, you know, he doesn't want to kill. Plus, it won't work, you know, against a vampire. So when the woman accidentally shot the gun into the ice, the monk realized it was falling water, and falling water can stop vampires. And then Dracula pushed the guy my mind just went blank. I mean, anyway, they shoot the gun, you know, and the ice cracked, you know, and then Dracula pretty much fell off the ice, you know. So that's Dracula died from drowning in this one. But all in all, Dracula Prince of Darkness was enjoyable. It wasn't bad. But you know, the Hammer version of Prince of Darkness does have a nice documentary on Christopher Lee, as Christopher Lee talking about his experience playing different characters, which is a great documentary, man. You gotta check this out. But all in all, like I said, it was a very enjoyable movie. I thought it was really good, actually. Not enjoyable, but good also. Even though Dracula did not say any lines, but his body language does provide the good entertainment. And not only that, the actors and actresses was really good in this movie too. So I mean, really did provide some good entertainment value, acting-wise also, and the performance was great too. So yeah, give this movie a chance. I forgot to mention that 2 months later, they're all re-releasing this as solo on Blu-ray in April, but that's only in the UK. But if you have a region-free player or a region-free Blu-ray, I say go pick it up. And actually, next month in March, the very first Dracula movie is going to be released on Blu-ray. I've got to mention that too, which I'm going to be buying, by the way. And in the UK, it has the deleted scenes and also the missing uncut version of Dracula's death and the regular version of that first Hammer horror. I hope I'm right. It was the first Dracula movie that Christopher Lee did. So yeah, I'm still looking forward to it though next month. Alright, peace guys. See you later. Hope you enjoyed my review. It wasn't perfect, but I hope you guys get the picture.